These are people who are coming back home after 2,600 years of being exiled, and these people are living their tradition daily, and they disconnected themselves from the present reality into a new reality here in Israel, and a lot of expectations, a lot of anxiety, a lot of hopes. It is a miracle and a continuous one. I think that the saddest and the happiest day in the life of an individual like myself, who is the chairman of this operation, is closing down an ancient community, which is a sad event, and opening again the same community here in Israel. So it goes together.
The second wave of immigration into Palestine started in 1904 in the wake of Herzl's death, in the wake of a wave of pogroms that started in Russia at the time. It was a different breed of immigrants, young, single, secular revolutionaries. They were the avant-garde, the pioneers that would pave with their lives the future of the nation. One among them was the young David Ben Gurion, who arrived as a young fellow of 20 to this country and became the socialist leader of the emerging young society in Palestine.
Well, my father landed in Jaffa on the 9th of 1906. He came by a boat from Odessa, which took 10 days. Today it takes 2 days. And what he saw of Jaffa, I think he disliked. He said, too dusty, too dirty. And he wrote a very cheerful note, postcard to his father in Poland. And I'll read it. Hooray! Today at 9 o'clock landed in Jaffa. Today at 4 o'clock we go to Petah Tikva. From there I shall write in detail. I am healthy, brave, full of hope. With Zionist greetings, David. He came to Petah Tikva to work as a Jewish laborer in the orange groves of the Jewish landlords, which up to then employed only Arabs. He told me of the nights that he was starving because he could get a job maybe 2 days a week, which is not sufficient to keep him alive. And on top of it, he had malaria. So in between being hungry and being burning by the malaria, he nevertheless kept his spirits and organized the new immigrants to force the landlord, Jewish landlord, to employ Jewish new pioneers. After a year or so, he decided that he wants to go and be a real farmer in the Galilee. He walked to Sejera, which is in the north of Galilee, for 3 days on foot. And there he found really his happiness as a farmer, plowing the land, sowing the land, and feeling part of the community.
The young men and women of the second Aliyah were driven by the idea that in order to bring about the creation of a Jewish entity in Palestine, they have to create a Jewish working class on the land. But the land was cultivated, even in the Jewish colonies, by Arab laborers. So they decided that they should have their own settlements on Jewish National Fund soil, and this would be the first attempt at creation of some kind of collective settlements. And this is how the Gania, the first kibbutz, started.
In this place, my father and mother, Yosef Baratz and Miriam Ostrovsky, was married. My big brother was born a year afterwards in this place. They came to Israel on 1906, and they were around Hedera until they came to build this kibbutz. They thought to build a commune life and to work the land. That was their dream, and they wanted to live together, a group of people. When they came here from up the hill, they said, that's the place. That's the place we live in, the Kinneret, the Valley of Galilee, and the Jordan going around and turns. It was like a flower, like a cornflower, and they built the place right by the sea. All the buildings here around was built by a German architect who didn't know how to build a kibbutz. How is the kibbutz life? He built it as a German farm in Germany. A square with one side the cow shed, one side the chicken house, one side a place for the people to live, and a store for all the
You had 10 young people out there with no facilities. And then Miriam Baratz had the first child. She was very good at working with the cows, so she took the little boy to the stall, and she wouldn't mind to feed him during her work time. But Devorah Dayan, the mother of Moshe Dayan, she was of a more aristocratic nature. She would not dream of taking her son to the fields with her. So this was how the communal children's house was born. What I'm trying to say is that they did not come with an ideology, with a blueprint of a communal settlement. It grew out of the necessities of everyday life, and later on, it was attributed immense value. But it all started from everyday life and difficulties.
החיים היו דלים בחומר, אבל עשירים ברוח. אחרי יום עבודה, עבודה קשה, למרות שהאוכל היה דל מאוד, היו רוקדים. מתוך הרגשה שאנחנו בונים את הארץ. אנחנו רוכשים בכל פעם שטח חדש, מאבדים אותו, אנחנו חורשים וזורעים וקוצרים וטוחנים את החיטה ועושים קמח ועושים לחם וחיים חיים של עם חופשי בארצו.
This factory manufactures cutting tools with industrial diamonds, cutting and polishing tools with industrial diamonds. You don't get a salary in this kibbutz yet. Hopefully, we will be getting paid for what we're doing. We're getting a budget. The budget is equal. It's not according to how much we give, it's according to how much somebody decided we need. So hopefully, it will change. The system is changing, and hopefully that will change too, and we will be getting paid for what we're doing and not only for what we need.